Time now for today's Focus Report. It brings us to Niger, to the town of Zinder. It saw a surge of violence in mid-January. Violence against the area's Christian minority, churches, schools and whatever symbolised France and Western culture were all attacked. The anger sparked by the front cover of French satirical newspaper Charlie Hebdo, one that showed a weeping Prophet Mohammed on its cover. It was the first edition of the magazine since its offices were attacked and many of its staff killed. It was an insult to many Muslims in Niger. Well, 6 months on, our reporter Ben Barnier returned to get the view today.
Six months after the attacks prompted by caricatures of Mohammed, this evangelical church in Zinder, South Niger, is still in ruins. On the ground, shredded pages of a prayer book. On the wall, a cross has been drawn with charred wood. Daniel is a Christian. January 16, 2015, an angry mob broke into his house and stole all of his belongings. But he's determined to stay here and to keep watching over his church.
This is home for me. I'm from this country. I'm from Niger. I can't go anywhere else, but I'm not afraid because I believe in Jesus and He will protect me.
Elsewhere in the city, we meet with Fortune, the head of a Catholic institution. Her school is now nearly empty.
We were traumatized by these attacks and now we're worried. Who knows what will happen next? What if other caricatures get published? Will the same thing happen all over again? That's what we keep asking ourselves.
At this Catholic school in another part of Zinder, all the priests and sisters fled after the attacks. Protesters desecrated the altar. The classroom's blackboards are now scrolled with slurs against France and Charlie Hebdo, the satirical French paper that published the caricatures. According to this sociologist, it is this interview which triggered the onslaught of violence. France 24 met with the Nigerian president one day before he took part in the Paris mass rally, condemning the terrorist attacks that struck the French capital.
I've come to Paris to express, like millions of others across the world who are attached to freedom, I came here to say that I also am Charlie Hebdo.
What he means by "I am Charlie Hebdo" is easy to understand for us, educated people. But for those who have an austere interpretation of Islam, this means he supports the caricatures of Mohammed, and that's not acceptable.
Zinder's Franco-Nigerian Cultural Center was also one of the rioters' main targets.
When they first arrived, they started throwing rocks, and over there, that's where they broke the gates open, deployed throughout the premises and set the building on fire. The multimedia library, the cafeteria, the power unit, and the storage room.
This center was one of the very few libraries in the region. 18,000 books now turned into ashes.
They see this as an extension of France, but that is not what it is. This is a bridge for the cooperation between Niger and France. That's what Franco-Nigerian means. Just look at me. I'm Nigerian, not French. And I'm at the head of this center. What they've done is they've mixed everything up. This is pure ignorance.
There's not much left, but one small room spared from the flames is enough for the director to keep doing his job.
You see, here are the books we managed to save in the library that was burnt down.
Churches, schools, cultural centers, and libraries. Repairing these severely damaged premises will be costly. Their very own survival in Zinder is now in question.
That brings us to the end of this edition. Do take care.